Many will find their purpose in the traditions of the world, for there is much wisdom and value there. However, many will not find their purpose there because their preparation has to do with the future specifically, and they must learn a new way. They must receive a new testament, and they must prepare for a new experience. This represents the greatest need for humanity at this time, a need that is barely known and that is barely recognized. Anyone who can respond to this becomes a pioneer for the human race. Anyone who can respond to this becomes a great contributor to life. What keeps humanity going are those who can respond to the present and to the future. They are the ones who have advanced your race. And they are the ones who will advance your race in its current difficulties and opportunities, and in the difficulties and opportunities to come. Accept your greater need. Feel it. It contains the real meaning of your life. Though it has been a burden, a nuisance and a source of great discomfort and dissatisfaction, understand it is meant to lead you to something new. It is calling upon you. It is your calling. Though it feels like a great and pressing need that cannot be defined or explained away, it is your calling. Do not define it. Do not explain it away. Do not associate it with the past. Do not try to make it fit into the world's ideas and understanding. Give it the freedom to emerge within you. It is the inspiration, the impetus and the drive for truth. And it will take you to a truth that you have never known before and prepare you in ways that have rarely been seen within the world. To receive a greater community spirituality, there must be this great and corresponding need within yourself. You cannot do this for curiosity. You cannot do this to attempt to look superior in any way. If this is your motivation, you will not be able to learn a greater community way of knowledge. And you will deceive yourself and others, at great cost both to yourself and to your relationships. A greater need will set you apart from others who cannot or will not feel their greater need. Your task and your challenge now is to respond to this greater need within yourself and to allow it to emerge without attempting to harness it, define it or direct it. It has its own direction. It has its own purpose. It has its own will. To recognize this greater need is to honor your deeper inclinations and to reunite with yourself as you truly are and as you are truly seeking to be in life. Perhaps you will think you are responding to something fantastic and inexplicable. This represents both the limits of your personal mind and the greatness and the importance of your deeper mind. Of course you cannot understand something great with something small. Your personal mind is small. The mind of knowledge is great. If you think you understand it, you only limit it. If you think you can control it, you will only be fooled by it. If you think you can hold it for yourself, it will escape you. To be a student of knowledge, you must be open to learn. To learn, you must not determine or demand what the result will be or how the learning will take place. Open your mind, allow your greater need and purpose to emerge and you will feel a reunion within yourself. You will feel refreshed. You will feel that at last you are being recognized and acknowledged. If you can allow this to set you apart from others, without attempting to take them with you or to remain united with an old perspective or understanding, you will feel these great acknowledgments, and they will give you strength and confirmation. Religious education is unlike the education of the world. It is not about learning facts or historical perspectives. It is not about comparing ideas. It is not about speculation. It is not about passing tests or meeting requirements. It is not about winning favor with others and gaining recognition amongst them. Religious education as it truly exists represents the way of knowledge. This is where you enter into the mystery and allow a greater mind to emerge within you. This is where you put yourself in a position to receive so that you can learn something that you did not know before, experience something you could not experience before and see something you could not see before. With this education, you can advance up the mountain and gain a greater vantage point in life, a greater view and a greater honesty. As you proceed, what is necessary will serve you. What is unnecessary will burden you and will have to be left aside. Then your steps will become quicker, and your burden will become lighter. And your need to associate with life that exists in the lowlands will become less and less of an encumbrance for you. This is gaining a very practical freedom. A freedom that can only be gained through an education of this nature. Knowledge will free you and unburden you because that is its first purpose and requirement. What it will give you is something you have sought in all other things: relationship, acknowledgement, power, confidence, determination and direction in life. These things will have a real foundation now and will not fail you. This is for anyone who feels the real need to know. This education is the answer to this need. The need calls for preparation. The need initiates you to become a real student and enables you to prepare and to support your preparation. The preparation cannot come from within you. Only the ability to prepare and the desire to prepare can come from within you. The preparation must be given to you. It represents a gift that corresponds to your deeper need. It is the answer to the question that your need expresses. Religious education takes you into a new kind of experience, an experience of recognition and an experience of knowing things. Much of this will have nothing to do with you personally. It enables you to learn information that is useful to your purpose. In essence, it will seem more an unlearning than a learning because you will be releasing so many former ideas to create an opening in your mind and a greater capacity for learning. How can you learn if your mind is already filled with your own ideas and beliefs? How can your mind learn anything when it is protecting its current information? Education in the way of knowledge deals with learning things that are essential, releasing things that are not, and gaining the discernment to tell the two apart. How do you tell them apart? You tell them apart because they are so different, and you can feel the difference. The experience of knowledge is unlike anything else in the world. Here you will develop a deeper reference point for knowledge within yourself, not something that tantalizes your ideas or stimulates your emotions, but something that resonates with the deeper part of you that you are now able to experience and identify. The way of knowledge seems very slow, but you will move with remarkable speed. You will not see your advancement except at certain points when you realize that you are at a different position on the mountain of life and that you have a different view of life around you. Then you will have a new experience of who you are, and you will have a greater sense of inner freedom. Here experience is more important than belief. Here learning is more important than the confirmation of old ideas. Religious education must be mysterious. If you demand that everything be concrete and tangible, then you are past referencing. If you think that everything must be physical and mundane, how can you learn something mysterious and divine? The mystery is its own demonstration, the most profound of which is the experience of knowledge itself. But to approach the mystery, you must enter into a realm where you do not have understanding or expertise. Here you must go in a direction that other people are not going. You must accept your departure and support it without any condemnation of others in order to carry light into the darkness of the unknown. The light of knowledge will light your way. It cannot be extinguished. It can only be hidden. As it is revealed, you will not want to hide it because it will give you certainty and strength and make your life essential and meaningful. It will show you the way. When the light of knowledge is concealed, then you will stumble about in life, trying this out, trying that out, believing in whatever seems most comfortable and self-assuring in the moment, but without any real certainty of truth and without any real efficacy in your thinking and behavior. Religious education restores what is essential to your life. It gives you something that the world cannot give you because its source is God. The world can teach you the ways of the world. It can teach you how to survive in the world and how to prosper in the world to a certain degree. However, it cannot teach you your greater nature or purpose. It cannot teach you where you have come from and where you are going. Therefore, the more worldly a religious education becomes, the less it is able to address these greater and far more important questions. If you do not have a real sense of why you are here, then you are lost to yourself. Your only remedy, then, is to find a way to regain, to reclaim and to express this greater purpose. Here everyone is lost until they are found. And the only way they are found is to find the way that a greater purpose can be experienced directly and honestly. The way of knowledge is mysterious, but it is certain. It is unfamiliar because it is new. It is new, but it is ancient. It is remarkable, but it is known. It may be shocking and challenging at certain junctures, but you can embrace it wholeheartedly because it resonates with the very essence of who you are and why you are here. It will challenge your ideas. It will force change, but only to restore you to yourself, to restore to you your essential skills, to prepare you in the world and to enable you to utilize the world for a greater education. Here you can learn to use what the world has to offer in a new way. Instead of for survival or self-gratification, it is used for contribution. Then what the world has to offer becomes a means to serve a greater end and a greater purpose. Here you can utilize things beneficially without confusion and without complaint. Success and failure both help you now. Advantages and disadvantages both become useful. Disappointment in relationship now has a greater possibility. Here you are not being clever or cunning or manipulative. You are simply recognizing a greater purpose in everything you do, with everything you own, with every experience you have and with every person you meet. This is something natural that emerges from the very depth of you. You do not need to conjure it up. Here you are being simple and open, rather than complicated and devious. The way is mysterious because you do not govern it. The way is mysterious because it is not dependent upon your past. The way is mysterious because it takes you beyond your former understanding. The way is mysterious, but it is known. This enables you to follow it wholeheartedly as you learn to trust it, to accept it and to learn of its ways, its direction, its meaning and its purpose. You can only be wholehearted about something that represents your ancient home from which you have come. You cannot be wholehearted about anything else, no matter how attached you may be to it, because to be wholehearted means to embrace something totally. This is only possible at the level of knowledge. Knowledge can only embrace knowledge in the universe. It gives itself to everything else, but it is only bonded to that which represents the immortal and permanent relationships that you have in life and with life. It is towards this that your religious education will lead you. It is for this that your religious education will prepare you. If you recognize your need for this, then religious education is meant for you. And if it is meant for you, then you must recognize it, learn to accept it and find out what it means.